Hello, my name is William Goik. I am a licensed acupuncturist, and I've been helping people get healthy and stay healthy since 1986. You may know me as Professor Qi. I teach solar Qigong, which is my interpretation of temple-style Tai Chi in places like Instagram, right here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. And I'm here today to talk to you about health. What is it to be healthy? You know, it's very interesting in the modern world because we've broken down all the ideas about what it is to be healthy to the point where it's so confusing to know what it is to be healthy. Should I eat meat? Should I be a vegan? Do I drink distilled water? Do I drink alkaline water? Is tap water okay? Should I drink 4 gallons of water a day, or should I just drink when I'm thirsty? Do I need a lot of protein, just a little bit of protein? Is gluten bad for me? Are grains bad for me? Oh my goodness, what about carbohydrates? On and on and on. And that's just food. Then there's all these other ideas about what it is to be healthy. I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about by just how confusing it has become to get the idea that I must be healthy. The truth of the matter is, you're healthy when you feel good. Now, I'm not talking about, if you're chronically ill and I feel good today, so now I'm healthy. No, I don't mean that. I mean when you feel good in your skin, when you can look in the mirror and you see that your complexion is vibrant and you're looking forward to today, then your body is healthy because you can look and see if your body's healthy or not. And this is a relative notion. I understand as you get older, you're not as healthy as you were when you were 20 years old. But your body is in relative good shape. And more important than your body being in good shape is your mind, is your spirit, is your ability to want to be here for this day. Or are you driven? Are you driven to go to work today? Do you have to go do a bunch of things you don't really want to do? Is your life set up in such a way that you feel like a victim of your circumstances rather than the master of your life? That, my friends, is what real health is. Real health is being in a situation where you feel comfortable in your life. This has everything to do with energy. There's the energy that fuels this body, and we can get more of that in 2 ways: through the food that we eat and through breath. Learning how to breathe properly is the most important thing you can do to be healthy. And I don't mean just, I'm breathing okay now. No, and I don't mean just like, just nasal breathing or something like that. I mean breathing exercises where you consciously sit and watch your breath and feel it and breathe deeply into your system. This will bring in Qi, more and more energy, because this is where the energy's coming from. The energy comes from our breath. The air comes in, it's full of oxygen, it comes into our lungs, and the red blood cells magnetize that oxygen and it moves around in the body and feeds everything. We know this. But what is not that known is that it's more than just oxygen. This Qi that's all around us has lots of different frequencies of energy within it. If we just breathe in a normal fashion and we just don't think about it and we're just breathing, we'll collect oxygen. If we start to breathe with a purpose and breathe deeply and feel and know that we're breathing in Qi, then it'll become more than just oxygen. It'll become this kind of vitaminized, or this really potent kind of chi, this potent kind of energy that's available within the breath. Now just deep breathing is of course very good, but there's more to it than that, because we can breathe with a direction. And learning how to breathe with a direction, learning how to breathe deep into the very center of your spine and into the center of your bones, where the high frequency energies of life are living, because it's from the center that our life starts, and then it moves out into the central nervous system and the five senses. When we can learn to breathe and condense the chi that's all around us into the center of our spine, we will develop more vitality. Breathing like this, or condensing breathing, is the cornerstone of solar qigong. And I'm here to talk to you about a way that you can become more vital by just simply breathing. You don't have to have any special stuff, right? You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to join a group. You don't have to wear a certain kind of clothes. You do have to know the science of breath, and I'll teach you that at solarqigong.com, where you can follow my easy to follow video lessons and learn exactly what I'm talking about. We can learn to gather the chi around us and learn to breathe in a way that will be sourprising to you. The details of breath, the details of the movement that is taught in Solar Qigong, and the details of where the chi is flowing inside of the body and our mind is following that chi circulation. Those details are where the power is from. You pay attention to many layers of details. You learn a few at first. You learn the detail of how to breathe properly. There's a very specific technique that I teach in Solar Qigong. You learn that. Then you learn the stance, and there's a lot of little details. They're not difficult details. They're just a lot of them. And you learn a few, then you learn a few more, and you put layers and layers of details on top of each other. You learn to hold those details in your mind, and that is where the power of Solar Qigong comes from, is the ability to pay attention to details. Think about your life. The ability to pay attention to the details of your life is the difference between mindful people that are effective and they actualize their potential, and the people that just float downstream and get told what to do next. Learning how to pay attention to details is the most important thing you can do in life. This is why college graduates do better than people that didn't go to college. What you learn in college is probably not going to help you get a better job, but you learned how to pay attention to details. And you got a little diploma that proved that you were able to spend 4 years in an uncomfortable classroom and pay attention to details, and the people that are going to hire you, they know that. You can learn how to pay attention to the details of your life without going through all the trouble of going to school. You can learn the details of the energy that create this life. Everything is made of energy. Becoming familiar with the energy that we are made from, which is found inside of the breath and can be manipulated with our mind, or at least paid attention to. That is invaluable, my friends. That is the way you move forward in life, is to learn how to pay attention to little details. And not just a few little details, but a lot of little details. And then you learn to hold those details in your mind all at once. That gives you presence, a kind of presence that will develop knowing what to do next without being told, knowing how to be a self-starter, knowing that in this moment, everything I need to know is available to me. All I have to do is pay attention to the little details around me, be patient, and wait, and it'll come to me. Now, I understand this is very different than the way we've been taught, because we've been taught that you have to go after it. You've got to work hard, and you do have to go after it, and you do have to work hard. However, it's already inside of us. To look deep inside, to find the little details of our life, and then follow them as they move out into the world is a very different way of looking at it. Condensing breathing, the ability to follow your awareness into the center of your spine and then have that place there, deep inside of you, as the place that you are moving forward from, is very different than projecting yourself out to the world, getting lost in all the details of the world to the point where you forget who you are. You forget where you're coming from. This sounds simple, and it is simple, but it is dramatically different than having all your awareness out into the world all the time, and you're projecting out. What do I need to do next? Who do I need to please next? Who do I have to get next? Who do I got to get over on next? It's all out there somewhere. I just got to go find it. That's very different than it's right here. I'll just stay here. I'll be calm right here in this moment. I'll pay attention to the details of the energy that's coming into me rather than paying attention to the details of the energy going out. Oh my God, what do I do next? You see how different that is? If you just pay it, you learn to suck energy in. Because this is not what we're taught. We're taught to project out. If you can learn to condense energy and be able to suck energy in, which is what Solar Qigong is all about, sucking energy in, becoming aware of the energy coming in, then you can become aware of the world coming in. And you can say, oh, I've seen that before. I know what to do next. It's not magic, it's awareness. It's mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness is nothing more than being able to pay attention to a lot of details, a myriad of details all at once. And not in a confused way, but in a very relaxed way. Just sit back, watch the details come in. And as the details come in from this place, this inner calmness, this inner sanctuary of who you really are, you can start to make decisions that will attract the kind of vibrations of energy and the kind of people, places, and things that you hope for. It's really that simple. I implore you to go to solarqigong.com, take my easy to follow video lessons, and you too can start to pay attention to the details in your life, become more aware and mindful of your potential, and start to strive forward from your heart.